Today on our 2010 Jeep Commander, we're going to be taking a look at the Roadmaster XL base plate kit with removable arms as a part of our flat toe setup. There are 5 main components for a flat toe setup for the 2010 Jeep Commander. You have your base plate, you have your diode wiring kit, you have your braking system, your tow bar, and your safety cables. Here we have the Roadmaster XL base plate. This is going to be one of 4 base plate options for the 2010 Jeep Commander. The base plate is going to mount to the front of your Jeep, and it's going to give you a solid mounting point or solid connection point between your RV and your Jeep to flat tow it. You just want to make sure, whichever base plate you choose, your tow bar is going to work with that base plate. You can find that information here at etrailer.com on the product page. Here we have Roadmaster's 4-diode, 7 to 6 wire straight wiring kit. What the diode kit is going to do is it's going to allow you to transfer all of your light signals through to your Jeep Commander while you're flat towing it. Diodes are going to connect to your factory wiring behind your tail lights, and it's going to protect your factory wiring not only on your Jeep Commander but also on your RV from any backfeed going either way if there's a wiring issue. Now, keep in mind, these diode kits are not vehicle specific. Our customer chose this wiring kit because they have the Roadmaster all-terrain tow bar, which has channels in it, and it's going to allow that customer, or allow the customer to slide this wire through that channel so that our tow bar and our wiring is all combined into one unit. This is Dimco's Air Force One braking system. What the braking system does is it's going to apply the brakes in your Jeep Commander while it's being flat towed. It's going to be a proportional system, which means when you apply the brakes in the RV, it's going to match that amount of pressure in the Jeep. Now, keep in mind the Air Force One is specifically designed for RVs with air brakes. If your RV does not have air brakes, I recommend Dimco's Stay and Play Duo. However, there are other options available on our website. Here we have Roadmaster's Blackhawk 2 all-terrain tow bar. What the tow bar does is it gives you a solid connection between the base plate on your Jeep and your RV. This specific tow bar is going to come with this quick disconnect bar. Depending on which base plate you choose, you may or may not need to use this bar. Here we have Roadmaster's single hook safety cables. Safety cables are going to give you a secondary connection point between the hitch on your RV and the base plate on the front of your Jeep, in case your tow bar fails. Now, the single hook safety cables are designed for tow bars that have a channel on them to help keep everything contained in one. However, there are other safety cable options available here at etrailer.com. Now that we've gone over the 5 components of our flat tow setup, let's take a look at the base plate installed in our Jeep Commander. As you can see, our base plate's not going to take up a lot of space on the front of our vehicle. What I like about this base plate is it's going to have removable arms. When we remove the arm, the remaining part of our base plate is virtually unseen, maintaining a nice clean look on the front of our vehicle. It's also going to have a nice black powder coat finish that's really going to resist any rust or corrosion. Another nice thing about this base plate is going to have a pre-welded bracket for any of your wiring accessories. What's going to set this base plate apart from others, it's going to be compatible with all Roadmaster tow bars and quick disconnects. Now let's take a look at how I installed it. Our base plate is going to consist of 2 parts, the driver's side and a passenger side. Each side is going to have 3 attachment points on your frame rail, 2 attachment points on your bumper beam. As far as the installation side of this, you're going to have 1 bolt right here in the center that you're going to have to drill. And you can see this center piece that goes, this is a piece that's inside of your frame rail. You're going to have to drill all the way through the top of that, or through the center of that. You're going to have a pipe spacer. You see in here, you're going to have a pipe spacer that is going to go on the bottom. You're either going to have to bend this center section up, or you're going to have to grind down that pipe spacer to get it to fit. As far as the other 2 bolts on your frame rail, they're just going to go up through the bottom of your frame rail. You're going to have a nut plate that, on your back one, that you're going to thread your back bolt into. This one is going to have a regular nut and lock washer. Your 2 here on your bumper beam, they're actually going to drop down through from the inside of your bumper beam, and then you're going to put a nut and a lock washer on. The installation process on one side is going to be exactly the same on the other. One thing I do want to stress is make sure you use Loctite on all of your hardware that you install, and you want to torque them to the specifications and the instructions. Keep in mind you will have to remove the fascia, and there's a little bit of trimming that's going to be required to make sure that your removable arms are going to fit in place. That'll do it for a look at the Roadmaster XL base plate kit with removable arms on our 2010 Jeep Commander flat toe setup.